Here's one I was never sure I was going to say again, but Kasabian have just dropped a new single, and it's called Call. I have quite mixed feelings about this. I've not seen it yet. God damn it, Kasabian are one of those bands that there's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Some of their music is so fucking good. Like, the whole albums of Kasabian's work is, like, some of the best music to come out of England in the last decade or two. But also, they've had this huge controversy, obviously, in the last couple of years, where Tom left the band after all the domestic abuse allegations, or not even allegations, charges that he pled guilty to, etc., etc., etc. It's a bit dark, so I'm not going to go into it now, but safe to say that he didn't seem like a very nice man, and we're all probably better off without him being in the band. But that did leave me wondering how Kasabian were going to function without him, because as much as I like Serge, and I do like Serge, I'm not convinced he is a straight front man. To me, Kasabian worked very well because they had the two sort of like working really lovely, very well in tandem. So Serge on his own, I don't know, because he teamed up with Noel Fielding quite a few years ago, admittedly, and did the soundtrack to Noel Fielding's very strange TV show, Noel Fielding's Luxury Comedy, and they sort of released an album together, the two of them. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit was hard to get through. Like, it wasn't objectively bad. It was just like the TV show. Like, both of those guys needed somebody a little bit more down the line to kind of like contrast with, I guess. So yeah, I wasn't sure. Obviously, Kasabian announced that Serge was going to take over the full-time lead vocalist duties, which, sure, he's a good singer. He's got a great stage presence. So yeah, I just wasn't sure how some of those songs were going to work without the two of them. So yeah, here we are, 4 years later, and they have actually released some new music, and it's called Call. So let's have a look at that. Also, just for the record as well, the previous album, For Crying Out Loud, the one that happened just before Tom left, really good, like chock full of bangers. So I'm hoping they can keep that up. But let's see, Call, featuring Serge. Okay. Admittedly, never been a band with like particularly poetic lyrics. Okay. Wait, since when has Serge had a grill? I hope that was new for that shot. Okay. Jumping out of the plane, I get it. It's a nice harmony there. This is what I was hoping to some degree won't happen. I don't want this to just become the Serge show now. But, pretty tight drop. They've managed to keep that energy that is so infectiously Kasabian. And now everything will be synths. But they've definitely not lost the rocky edge, which I enjoy. I can't now get over the grill. You know what? It's actually really well put together. Oh. I mean, admittedly, comparatively repetitive, but that's not a new thing for Kasabian. It's part of their brand, almost. Those are like eerily realistic bobbleheads. It's an interesting music video as well. Like, it's actually quite a clever way of doing what seems like a pretty low budget one. Like, realistically, what is this video other than Serge dancing into a phone camera? And my suspicions are that this is currently completely CGI, with the exception of the phone. So, hey, it's a clever way of doing it. I like the chord sequence, I like the backing harmonies, which are usually all Serge as well, I'm assuming now. It's got that energy. It does have most of the hallmarks of a Kasabian song I like. The drums are actually pretty clever as well. I wonder who does the backing vocals live. And then guess who finds it? I bet you it's Serge. Please pick up the phone. Oh, no, it's a dog. It's a dog! No. Oh, no, and a child. That was simultaneously exactly what I was expecting and not at all. I'm pleasantly surprised because I did like the song. I did actually really like that song. I will be curious to know what an album of that sounds like. Because right now I'm getting something like kind of 4813 vibes. Like it's a little bit more synthy, a little bit more drum and bassy. For crying out loud, kind of brought it back more into that kind of Britpop rock genre, which I generally prefer actually. But I also really like 4813. I've got to get my head around the idea that it's just a new era of Kasabian, right? I know that. Yeah. I have no issues with him being the front man. That was actually pretty good. The backing is as tight as ever. Let's just hope, yeah, that they're able to sort of branch out. Because what I don't want is just a full album of that. And I'm also really curious how they do some of their older songs live nowadays. Just because without Tom there to do the two parts, like does Serge sing Tom's parts? I kind of want to hear what that sounds like, actually. If he hasn't already, I know that they're touring with Liam Gallagher. But also, friendly word of advice, if you are not a football fan, do not go see Kasabian in Leicester. I made that mistake. Football doesn't really do anything to me or for me. And I went to go see them in Leicester, at Leicester Stadium, like the week after Leicester did some good footballing. And Jesus Christ, that is one of the worst gigs I've ever been to. Not because of Kasabian, because the crowd were just foul. Ugh. I'm getting PTSD thinking about it. I saw some shit in those mosh pits. Literally, I saw some shit in those mosh pits at times. Just football thugs. And anyway, that's not the point. Well, good for you, Kasabian, for continuing to keep it up. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what the rest of this chapter sounds like. It looks like Tom's, done for the band forever. They said he's permanent every time it's been discussed. So that's probably good for everyone concerned, apart from maybe the average Kasabian fan. But we'll see. Yeah, I think that's probably about as much as I've got to say on that one. So, thank you for watching. Leave a comment below. Give us a subscribe. What do you think of the new era of Kasabian? Do you prefer this slightly more ethereal, clubby version of it? Or are you liking the direction they were taking? I don't know. Let me know. And yes, there is some more stuff on this channel coming very soon. Big announcement. I know I've said this for like the last month or so. But, creative shit takes time. But new song coming very, very soon. I'll give you some more information about that one. Probably next video. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.